なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
All right, gentlemen, what is supposed to be a time of celebrating is a time of controversy. A lot of people feel that part 2 didn't quite meet their expectations, even though we got just groundbreaking new mechanics, new behaviors, really well animated characters, and more importantly, 1% characters with new mechanics as well. And, you know, groundbreaking is an apt term to use given that we now have ground battles officially in the game. A new way to experience it.
Come on, man.
I know. I mean, come on. So I asked on Twitter when I posted my video for the reaction to this thing, what are your thoughts on part 2? And you can tell by the voice, I got Goresh here. He's going to have a part as well. Link in the description box down below for his, you know, just going through what his comments are. But I wanted to see what people thought about part 2. And we're just going to do a little community reaction, I guess. Let's just go through what people are saying. So number 1, beautiful. I agree. I think out of all the things that we wanted, it was simply a new way to enjoy the game. They could have come up with the most exciting characters ever. I think, you know, at some point we just want to see new ways to experience the game. And I think ground battles is really fitting.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest area of disappointment with part 1 wasn't the character choices. It was the fact that there was no ingenuity brought to the table with the new mechanics, right? There's no new mechanics with the characters. They were transformation mechanics from 2018. Yes, Ultra Instinct Goku is hype. Evolution Blue Vegeta is hype. Well, a little less hype than UI, but you know, still a hype character.
Yep.
But there was nothing fresh about those characters. This is the definition of fresh. And I would actually say the funny thing about this part 2 is it has the opposite issue that part 1 had.
Yep.
Part 1 had the hype characters, nothing new to show for it. Part 2 has, I mean, if you really look at the lineup, I mean, would you really call Saiyan, Saga, Goku, and Vegeta, and then Nappa, and then Tien and Chaozu hype? No, but it's got that fresh factor. It really, this is the biggest update ever in the history of the game. So, I mean, you can't really outdo the freshness with this, but in terms of the character choices, definitely not super good, but we'll see.
There was so much going on with the new characters that I wasn't sure what part of what they were showing during the teasers. Like there's I don't know if it was part of a blue, part of an LF, like when Vegeta's just grabbing Goku by the neck and he headbutts him. Like just all these little details to really just complete the package. Even Nappa planting the seeds in the ground. I was like, oh, that's perfect. They're taking advantage of their new gameplay mechanics immediately. You know what I was hoping for? I was hoping that when the Cybermen blew up, if it was on the ground battle, every character when defeated would be in Yamcha's pose. I was really hoping for that. They didn't show it, but I was really hoping for that. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Unique KO pose. That would be perfect.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that Cyberman is we actually now have a relevant self-destruct character.
Yep.
So you can nullify like revives and stuff like that.
Oh, maybe maybe they did that because they're getting a little too free with buffing these. What if they Zenkai awaken
Revival Gohan?
No, Nappa Vegeta.
Yeah, I mean, that would be jumping a little forward, but I mean, there's really nothing else to do with Saiyan. Like, what are they going to Zenkai with Saiyan Saga?
No, that is true. I was thinking it's either they get a Zenkai or Ape Vegeta gets unique. There's not really much else.
It would be so funny if Revival Gohan got a Zenkai and he's purple, and then the yellow Cyberman just like completely neutralizes him and just removes his revive.
Hey, who knows? I thought it was going to be the unique equip only because I don't know. That's too many revivals. Rev UI, Nappa Vegeta Zenkai Awakening 2. I mean, that's kind of painful, but we'll see. Rody says, cool to see we're getting new mechanics after so long. That's really awesome. It's weird they're not dropping any units with part 2. Sorry, they're not dropping any units with part 2 though. Not even a Zenkai announcement. Hopefully the new mechanics are fun enough to make up for it.
I think he meant unique equips.
Oh, okay, I see. No, I honestly think that's all going to be part of when Shallot gets his plat equip. We'll probably see an announcement or a teaser or something for it.
Yeah, so this week is obviously the banners.
Yep.
Next week, I would imagine, is the free Gohan, right? Free Gohan and Shallot Platinum.
Yeah.
Would they also do a Zenkai next week? Because the part 3 banner is going to be the 10th of July. Or the 9th of July. So we have 2 weeks. I don't know. I think, yeah, I mean, a Zenkai should happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably isn't that. The worst case scenario, it's next week is just the free to play. Then the week after is Shallot's equip, and then the week after that is the Zenkai. That would be the worst case scenario. Yeah. But yeah, I see that. That's totally fair. We'll have to see how they spread it out. They are kind of weird when it comes to these announcements. Like sometimes the more hype thing is a social media reveal versus what should have been in a reveal and stuff.
Yeah, true.
We'll see what they do. Oh, I even commented that. Spicy Blanco, just hope it plays well and is not janky. This is a good point. How well does this integrate with the already existing PvP system? Like if, you know, what if it just becomes people just try to tackle nonstop and you're just getting launched in the air, slammed to the ground, launched in the air, slammed to the ground? Or what if Overdrive just feels weird? Because they also introduced some, it's like Overdrive quick attack that is comboable or something like that.
Yeah, it's a super tackle. You could tackle from full screen.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this all works together with the existing battle system. Like you, I hope it's not janky either. It looks like it could be interesting, but I'm kind of just worried about the Overdrive mechanic. People are just calling it like Rising Rush 1.0, 2.0. It looks like it hurts, but I don't think it's that free. It's not that easy. You're not just going to sit there and let the guy attack you. For demonstration purposes, they let the guy just sit there, but you can vanish. You can do other things. Just blast card the guy. It's not that free.
Yeah. No one's going to sit there and just let you charge forever, right? I mean, it's the same thing with unique gauges where you charge, right? If you have Super Saiyan 2 and a Super Saiyan 3 Goku who needs to charge to get his unique gauge built up, nobody is just going to sit there and let you get the full unique gauge, right? So it's the same concept.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing I am excited for, though, I could see them expanding on that. Like right now, you get more damage or you heal. I could see them introducing more to that. I don't know what it would be, but they could introduce something new. Like if you get all three successfully, you get some super powerful thing. Like if the guy doesn't get you at all, super RNG, but I don't know. Maybe you earn 2 Dragon Balls doing that. Boom, now you got to rush. I don't know.
I mean, that would just be something that would be tied to the character, right?
Yeah.
Like a character's unique ability. I was thinking like special animations tied to like slamming a character into the ground. Like what if Z Broly dropped and Z Broly did like double the damage when he slams you into the ground? He like takes your head and he smashes it into the ground. It does like more damage or something.
I could see that too. That's what that was another thing I wanted to bring up, but I was hoping one of these these responses were going to bring it up. The unique dialogue or strike clashes now. They said right now it's just, you know, this Goku and this Vegeta, but they're going to expand on it. And I say it's going to be like battle motions that Dokkan's doing. Whenever they revisit a character, they're going to introduce a new thing. Think about that. It's another creative avenue for these characters. Imagine some of the clash moments between like Rose and Cell. Who knows what kind of talk they'll have. Frieza and Beast Gohan. It's cool stuff. It's really cool stuff.
I could just see like a blue Vegeta and Rose clash animation where he takes his head and he just like headbutts him.
Yeah, like there's so much they could do. Whether or not they actually take advantage of it, we'll have to see. I mean, we did think that, oh, every Ultra is going to have its own unique, strike clash animation, only for us to find out, no, it's just that one unique one slap for everybody. We'll see.
Yeah.
A Bacon, no Zenkai announcement, but we got a free-to-play Blue Gohan. Yay. Jokes aside, it's peak. I'm fine with it. The only what I hope for out of that Blue Gohan is he's a Sun Family max HP buffer, kind of like the Code Vegeta for Vegeta Clan. They don't have one yet.
I'm not gonna hold my breath on a free character because they haven't done that in forever, but we'll see.
But they did it with the Code Vegeta, and they're doing the Sun Family or Vegeta
2019. Clan. How old is that guy?
Yeah, come on, it's okay. They can do it. Come on, Legends. If they're not gonna bring that damn Kakarot Goku back, they gotta do something. I'm sure it's fine.
I think they should just drop another free character that has the same like abilities as that guy if they're not going to be able to bring him back as a licensing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to. Ramiz says this is one of those rare occurrences when a Part 2 celebration, whether it's Anniversary or Legends Festival, is better than the headliners. If he's talking like overall package, would you say Part 2 just sweeps Part 1?
Yes.
Yep. I agree with you. A lot better than Part 1. All the characters look cool, but I have no clue why they didn't start the anniversary this strong. Only
That
downside
is
is
the $1 million question.
yeah, only downside is that it's another same Saga duo and no Zenkai LF plat equip, but other than that, it looks good. Hopefully the ground battles play good too. I mean, we're all saying the same thing. This would have been so fitting of this is the super anniversary thing they talked about since the 6th year. This would have fit the bill. They did mention in that reveal and stuff or Legends information that the character choices were made in part with the mechanics that they were doing. So I can sort of understand, like, how would you make the whole TOP with the ground battles thing make sense? And there's no way in hell they're gonna open with Saiyan Saga, so I'll give them that bit of leeway. But
yeah,
I agree. Should have started swinging with this. In that reveal, by the way, when Vegeta got hit, there's a moment where he gets really pissed off. I was like, oh, they're showing Giants too. It's grade 8 Vegeta.
That was in the back of my mind as well. Hey, they did say there is a 3rd update coming. So
I honestly think the Overdrive KO little animation that plays is what that's gonna be. What if that is like Ultras now get a dramatic finish because they're showing they want to start doing things with the environment. Just knocking somebody through a pillar is a great start, but imagine a giant beam and then you just look off in the distance, like exactly what Fighters does with the dramatic finish. It just looks like that. I can see it 100%. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm very excited for this part. I like the new ground mechanic. I love the character choices. Easily one of my favorite moments in Dragon Ball. And also, I am very biased with anything that's Kaioken related. But that said, I was disappointed that Vegeta couldn't transform. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought the same thing. But this is kind of an issue with the community where they gaslight themselves into believing something has to happen. Like, everyone was so convinced it's gotta be Gogeta and Broly. Like, it has to be Gogeta and Broly. And now that the Saiyan Saga is here, I know for some people it's not that exciting for them. A lot of the people that play this game probably started with Super, and maybe the end of the Buu Saga is all they really saw, so they don't understand the significance of it. So that's fine. But yeah, I'm sure part of what disappointed people is like, it's not Broly and Gogeta. It's not a Fusion Warrior, and it's not Broly. It is what it is. But I am also a little bit disappointed that Vegeta didn't have any grade 8 mechanic. Every damn teaser had big news there. Like, they went out their way to really emphasize that. And we were talking about Daimon, no Goma, and like, so many things felt like grade 8 would make sense.
Yeah, something else people really aren't talking about is I think there's going to be like unique animations for each environment. Right, they said they have more maps planned than just this map for this update.
Yeah.
And we saw with the Overdrive kill animation where like Goku sends Vegeta flying through like flying through like the rocks or whatever.
Yeah.
What if they have like some kind of like spaceship animation, or like maybe it's like them fighting on like the Frieza spaceship and you can land on the ship? And then maybe like the Overdrive kill is like Goku just sending Vegeta like into space or something. They're gonna have probably unique animations for each background, I would imagine.
They also talked about like little dust clouds playing too. Like, can you imagine if the environment affects the battle too? Like, when Gohan fought Broly and he tried to, trick him into the volcano so he gets melted. Imagine it's like, every time you're in a ground battle, you're slowly losing health until you get back up. That just stuff like that. I'm not sure people would like that, but I mean, that's something they could do.
This opens up so many possibilities, and that's the most exciting part about it to me.
Yeah, this part 2 has started more discussion, wonder, and excitement than anything else so far, except for like tag switch characters. Like that's what's most exciting for me. Even if you don't agree with the character choice, which is fine, you don't have to like everything. You can't deny that this just opens the floodgates for so many creative endeavors for character design, map design, and gameplay choices. Like, this is just the start. There's so many things they could do.
Yeah.
This is the perfect comment. I'm more hyped about the background change over the new characters, Tien/Chaos. I assume he means Chaozu. Plus, Nappa are great choices for the theme, but like another Goku and Vegeta. Of course, they needed LF versions, but beside their incredible animations, they could have been released in another moment. I actually tweeted this out before we started recording, but is the entire celebration going to be Goku and Vegeta? And if it is, and the rumored double Ultra finale is true, would people find Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta 2 Ultras an exciting part 3?
I mean,
so?
that would be, yeah. If they did that, yeah, I'd be down for that.
I wonder how other people would feel.
I don't think that's what it is, but I'd be down for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of Goku and Vegeta. They keep going back on this whole like rivals thing. They keep bringing that up. I think they use the same quote in part 1, didn't they? Eternal rivals or something. Like they keep using that phrase. So I don't know if that's the entire theme, but we'll have to see. I do agree though. I wouldn't mind some other characters. I guess they just like playing it safe. I know Saiyan Saga isn't necessarily safe, but just Goku and Vegeta is safe. Just anything, and people would like it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like Overdrive is going to buff Daima Tag so much, and AoE green cards have more value now than ever. Overall, this is already a 10 out of 10. What? Oh, this is a 10 out of 10 for you because Daima got buffed and AoE greens are better?
How are AoE greens better?
Probably just because... I don't know how, but... we don't know how all these things interact with the ground battles outside of Overdrive. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's not true. I just don't see it.
Maybe it's just going to change how people play. But he also says would have loved to see a Zenkai or unique equip for LF Nappa reviving to Vegeta, but part 2 is insane. I love it. So that's the common thing. People wanted to see a Zenkai announcement and or a unique equip for one of the LFs.
I mean, but because it's a common thing to see in these reveals. So I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I love the new dynamic and the great animations, but when it comes to character selection, I don't know. I'm not feeling it at all. Call me new gen, I don't care. This anniversary feels like it's nothing. It's just flying by. I'm excited, but I don't know about the overdrive spamming and ground battles if it's gonna get tiring. I can see that too. I know we ask for new mechanics, but it would be better to say we want new fun mechanics. We aren't gonna know until we get them and try them out, but I can understand people being a little bit hesitant for new ways to fight just because they've come to love the system that they have, and sometimes you don't want that to change. You don't necessarily want to start fighting on the ground. You don't want to deal with overdrive. Some people may not even like that whole thing, that whole like, oh, I gotta tackle and tap again and launch him in the air and half my cards are better and gotta shove him on the ground and half my cards are better. Some people may not like that. That's fine.
Yeah, I think in a game like this, change is more often than not just good for the sake of changing things.
Yeah.
Like I think for the majority of this game's history, the battle system for the most part has been pretty good. There's obviously a lot of issues that I've had with it, but when you look at the grand scheme of things and how they've handled the battle system, I think it has been good. But I think there's an argument you could make where it's just better to change the battle system, even though it could be good, for the sake of changing the way the game is played.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of change, because eventually it's just going to get stale, right? And I think we were kind of at that point with just no new mechanics being introduced. Like that was the big argument people had with part 1, right? Cool characters, cool animations, but the game doesn't feel different. Mm-hmm. This is going to change that. This will.
Yeah, I agree. Because if I think about part 1, even if we kept everything the same, and maybe, even if they were like super exciting characters that maybe they had like some new attack or whatever, I would imagine for some people it would get stale immediately because, the novelty wears off and it's back to, here we are again, same old legends. I think this is a welcome change. If people aren't receiving it well, I don't know. I mean, it's up to them. They got to start. They'll figure that out. I know one thing for damn sure. Overdrive is definitely getting a damage nerf. I know immediately they're going to look at that first. They did it with quick attack when we got it first. They did it with tap attack. I promise you they are going to nerf that. I know it.
I mean, they just buffed the tackle damage.
I feel like they're going to nerf it because when I know it's just a preview, but when I saw that thing do 90% of the guy's health, hell no. No way. That's not going to fly.
They added Rising Rush 2.
The fact that it can KO people too, and the fact that it's a unique animation exclusive to that, like that's going to be a little bit tricky to pull off. Like we said, no one's going to let you just sit there and charge. Yeah. Let's see. New mechanics, and as you said, more unique interactions possible. Overcharge is a bit too OP with the damage and nullifying tap and stuff, but I hope they tone it down. Goku and Vegeta seem very fun to play. I only think this should have been part 1. All stuff we agree with.
It's impossible to say whether or not it's OP or not. We just don't know yet. We have to use it first.
Yeah. I just don't agree with so many defensive measures to it. Like, I don't understand why they made it that it automatically can cancel a tap attack or a tackle or any tap shot. I don't get that. If it doesn't, if the overcharge gauge does not deplete when you're interrupted, and we don't know how long it stays there, I think it's fine to have that many ways of interrupting you. I think that's fine.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I agree or disagree because I have to use it first.
They're definitely gonna make characters with like overdrive specific buffs. I think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but they should do that because that adds more variety.
It's just so it seems so tricky. I don't know. Like you said, we gotta try it out. I'm excited though.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting. I'm scared though that some of these characters have buffs tied to strike clashes, because damn well, at 2 in the morning, I'm sorry guys, I'm not winning a single strike clash. You're not gonna see that 50% damage buff. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm too tired. I'm not winning a strike clash at 2 in the morning.
Is that why they didn't give UI like auto win?
Oh, I hope so. Can you imagine 50% damage buff if you win an auto clash? So silly.
And then Vegeta locks him in, so he's gonna just kill UI.
Yeah, that's so strong. I think it's really cool. The reveals are more hype to me than part 1 characters. This should have been part 1. Yeah, a lot of people said that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, same thing. Love Overdrive. Seems interesting. Underwhelmed by the new LFs. The side sparkings are cool, Succession and a new mechanic, but the LFs are just another transforming unit and revive unit. Seen it before. Animations are good though, 8 out of 10. This actually is an interesting point. Both 1% characters have new mechanics, but the LFs don't.
Well, they have the clash stuff.
Yeah, there's that, but you can only get that when you're fighting, specific characters, even though they're like 90% of the game. Like, I can see where he's coming from. Tien having Succession with Cell or Tapion's little like death damage thing is kind of cool. And Nappa with
it's a mixture of comeback and revive, because Golden Freeze's comeback does damage, but he also transforms technically. Tien does.
Yeah, but you're no longer like a tag switch character. The guy nuked himself. Yeah. Like I just think I think it was cool. I like that a lot. And Dude, Nappa with the Cyberman.
Nappa is going to be a terrorist.
You think so?
Dude, that character looks so annoying. Oh my, he's gonna be the new Majin Vegeta. Not obviously. I'm not saying he's gonna be as good as Majin Vegeta. I'm just saying he's gonna be like the character people are gonna hate. I guarantee it.
Did they say you had to be on the ground and pop the green, or he just goes on the ground?
No. I think it's just part of his animation.
Oh boy. Yeah. I don't know about all that.
We'll have to see though when the full kits drop tomorrow for them.
Can you imagine? I wonder, do they stack up? Or is it just, no, it's just you're immediately a Cyberman, then you got to press another green to get another Cyberman?
I would imagine you have to use another one after the first one dies.
Can you imagine you just kamikaze these guys? Just like, I don't care, full rage nuke.
But that's also another window that's open for the game, because now they could do Bobbity that summons Boo, Bobbity that summons, Pui Pui or Deborah, or Dr. Urinsu that summons Majin Ku and Majin Du. Like, there's a Frieza that summons Zarbon and Dodor. Like, dude, there's a million different things they could do with this now. This new mechanic, Nappa's new mechanic, opens the door so much for the game too. And that's, again, Nappa has more mechanics than UI Goku.
Nappa's the trailblazer, folks. He's the one that's changing the game. We'll do a couple more. I think it may have been too much of an overload at once. They should have introduced the air to ground in part 1, minus overdrive and the other card mechanic they added. I feel like adding it all at once may be too much new stuff in one go. I can understand that. Do you remember when they changed? What did they do? It was like a new battle system change and a whole bunch of new things all at once, and we were like, oh, whoa, holy crap! There's a lot going on here. Do you remember that?
I think that's happened multiple times.
Was it when they introduced? It was like battle system change and then new mechanic. Was it tackle and battle system?
I think
change?
it might have been quick attack. It was quick attack, because I think they didn't just add quick attack, they also changed other things at the same time.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. It is quite a bit, but oh well, people will get familiar with it for sure. I'm actually happy. I really don't mind seeing Saiyan, Saga, Goku, and Vegeta getting the love they deserve, so I'm totally fine with their picks. That, and also because it fits well with the introduction of ground battles. Yep, it was definitely a conscious choice. Really good with part 2. Honestly, expect flashy characters, but characters are good. Not bad, with good animations, but a solid 6. But regards to the game changes and other add-ons, I give that a 9. But overall, I'm excited to see the new gameplay mechanics and learn. I love this. Genuinely cool. Yeah, this
there's
right
the
here.
animation you were talking about.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
Goku's going through it. Look at him.
I'm like, what is this? Is this the LF? Is this a blue card? Because that trailer for them fighting went on for minutes.
You know what this is? Oh my god, someone's gonna make a meme out of this. The Vegeta's Truth and Goku's Iron King.
Oh my god.
Hey, look, they're both red.
Hey, that could be you in tune. That's perfect too. Did you do your PvP battles? It's perfect. Character choice, didn't like it. We already got a Goku and Vegeta for part 1. Updates, they're amazing. Should have been part 1, the ground battles. Shallot Plat is also amazing. Let's hope that next week reset isn't just here's the Shallot Plat have fun situation. You get a free character too, buddy. I think that's the case. Here's another thing. Do you think that plat is going to have specific buffs for every form, or is it just a blanket sweep?
I don't, because that would just be ridiculous.
That's going to be a whole book, that plat equip. That would be insane. But I don't know. Some of these, I don't know if just giving a bunch of stats is the answer for all of them, because they play different roles. Some guys a bit tanky, guys a little bit disrupt. One guy's hyper offense. One guy's a long combo guy, you know?
I'm interested in seeing how they're going to do that. You know what would make sense to me? I don't think they're going to do this because they probably would have talked about it. Is if they just did a plat for each form.
Dude, I think that would be perfect.
Like they wouldn't even have to change like the first 2 slots. Well, like slot 3 and 4 would just be specific to each form. I think that would work.
In the back of my mind, I was wondering if this is them trying to say like, oh, we're gonna up the rarity for Shallot or something. They made him a Sparking before a couple years ago. I figured out. I mean,
don't you think it's weird that they're doing all this stuff for Shallot right now? They mentioned in the first Legends info that there's going to be a major story development during the anniversary. That's part 1. Mm-hmm. Part 2 is there's going to be a special raid that looks back to the history of all the enemies that Shallot fought. Part 3 is we're getting a plat for Shallot. And then part 4 is we're getting a Sparking Zero collab for him. So like there's a lot of Shallot stuff here. I don't know. Something might happen in part 3 here with him.
What would you want it to be? If you had
what I want them to do is I would want them to wrap up the current story and then start another story.
With
like
Shallot.
So you'd have so you'd have the story mode, but you'd have like 2 different parts of this. So you know how there's like part book chapter, there'd be a new thing. So it would be like I don't know what they'd call it, section. So everything that we've done so far in the story mode would be section 1, and then section 2 would be like an entirely new story that kind of just maybe they could just have it be like a separate story entirely where it's just it starts off with like a new version of Shallot or something. Like I think it's time that we wrap up this first story with him and then we start a new story.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, better catch up on the story, folks. Who knows what they're going to be dropping for you? You may as well. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. Overall consensus is new mechanics are cool, although people are going to be a little bit cautious on that. Character choices are a bit mixed, but that's okay. And then more people would like to see a unique equip or a Zenkai Awakening. Those aren't off the table. Maybe we'll see it next week. But either way, we're going to leave it there. Goresh, any final thoughts?
I am very excited for the dynamic area battles. I think this is going to change the game for the better for a long time to come. And we're all on the same page with this. We're all noobs at this mechanic because we've never experienced it. So it should be fun.
The amount of videos that you're going to see. It's, yeah. Either way, there's going to be a part 2 over on Goresh's channel. He's going to be checking out what his comments are. Yeah, it could be fun times. But either way, that's going to be linked in the description box down below and the pinned comment. But until next time, guys, peace.